Good afternoon. It is 2 minutes before 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Gonna take a look at how the trade plans worked out for today, and then we're gonna call it a Friday, I think. So let's get to it. As you can see, we are way up past yesterday's high. Yeah, this chart is looking pretty cluttered. I'm gonna clean it up this weekend. So see what's been going on here. Split this out. The important thing to realize is that we've been one-time framing up for a good part of the day. But how did that play out with the stories? So we opened way down here, in range, below value. All right, let me collapse the overnight here. Okay. So, how this got away from me. All right, so I'm going to pull in the stories. Kind of need to review what happened, see what didn't happen. All right, open in range, below value, one-time framing up or higher after the open. Taken in stages with one day's value area low as well. Look for 80% rule. Let's come back to this because that's kind of, I think, what has happened all day. So small gap down, continuing developing value below value area. Watch for counter move, rejection from prior day's range, prairie dog, contract VPOC, all that stuff was higher. Overnight high, prior low of day, that was higher. This didn't really happen, so we can cross this one out. All right, eyes on merged profile of the last 2 days, 2 sessions, and develop value above this value area. So this kind of worked out. And again, I corrected this merged value area. We didn't get rejection really out of there. I'm going to show you. So let's change the marker here. So we know this one happened, okay, and this one happened. So this is one and the same sort of, but we were looking for the different value areas to sort of find acceptance in and kind of confirm. Let me go ahead and I think I unmerged it. Let me merge it real quickly. Okay, so this was the past 2 sessions value area low. Okay, I guess I had that on there. I don't remember now what I put this white line on there, so I'm going to take it off. Don't recall. Okay, right here at 3683.75 was yesterday's value area low. All right, so we opened, and I have to pull in the minute chart to kind of see how that played out. Okay, let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. I probably should have pulled this up earlier. So 9:30 is right here. We opened at 37.12. Nope, that's not the right day. $36.71. That's still not the right day. See how far you can move with just going a little bit. This is the right day right here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I almost want to start the video over now because I hate wasting my time and yours, but more yours for anybody who's watching this, because I appreciate you watching it, you know. All right, this is 1 minute. 1 minute, excuse me. 36.61. 36.71.5. Okay, it's always right on this little line. Let me make this bigger here. It's always right on this little line, and I think it. So right here, this bar, I always think it's the bar right after, like starting into that period. But okay, right here, we traded down a few points. Actually, that's quite a bit of points. It's like 10 points. So we opened at 71.5, traded down the first minute to below, like more than 10 points. Came right back up to the open, went through it a little bit. Went through it more, came back down through it. So we got a low confidence, right? However, we never got down to the overnight low, and it finally sprung out of here and took off to the upside. So let's pull this out of the way now that we see what happened in the open. And again, that accounts for everything all the way down here. It looks a lot bigger on the market profile chart. It came all the way down here to the overnight value area low. Could have been prairie dogged, you know, if you felt that way. But at this point, odds are high you might be thinking, well, we're going lower, right? But we came back through, and now, and this is why I merged the sessions, now we're inside the merged couple sessions, okay? And we get above the overnight value area high for last night. And you can see we just kept on going. We got inside the value area low, and we kept on going in B period all the way up outside of, and I guess I didn't put this on here, so let's put this on. This is important. This is the merged value area high. 80% rule complete. Now you might say to yourself, well, wait a minute. It's 2 30-minute periods inside of the value area of yesterday. Okay, fine. But this was the opportunity that I could identify, because if you were hanging on to, let's see, where was the value area high from? Should be on a line on the chart. Oh, it's all the way up here. Now, I'm sorry, even further, it's all the way up here. I didn't like that as a place to maybe get to, which it did finally. But that's a long time to hold into, especially if you're on a onesie twosie or something like that. So, because anything can happen, which it did. It traded all the way back down in B period and C period. Stopped one time, well, it hadn't really started. It's one time framing from the overnight, because I was watching one time framing higher from the overnight, if you recall. Okay? We stopped one time framing in C, then came down to the overnight value area high, back inside of value again, back up here. Now we're above the pivot. The pivot was very pivotal. It became an inflection point, and boom, we launched off out of here. We took out these prior highs all the way back up in E period to the merged value area high to the tick. How about that, right? Open, came back down, G period, came back up out of here. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened first in F period, but I don't remember. But notice how we just kept on going, right? Now, I'm going to just try to keep this short. If you've watched any of the videos today, you've invested quite a bit of time. Let's just take a look. I've always, for almost everything before, and go figure on this one, I didn't put it here, there's room for short covering above. There still is, right? This could keep on going for the next hour, quite a bit higher yet. But we're one-time framing. We've got multiple volume distributions. You can see all these little bumps out. You know, I'm sorry about the numbers, but the bumps out here. And one-time framing. Again, now the next thing is, let's see how many points this would have been worth if you thought, well, that's not a bad plan. Let me try to trade it. I'll try to get long inside of this merged profile value area deal, maybe above this overnight value area high, or maybe above the moving average, which at the time was at 81, and currently it is at 83.25. Hadn't moved much, so this was a very critical inflection point. It's right here with the value area low now, so let's put it right here. Doesn't matter the exact number. It's just like that's the 20 moving average I said was very, very critical. Let's see, what did I have it at? 2081. What did I say it was? Because I want to see where it was in relation to. It was 81 something, 80.75 maybe. I don't know. At any rate, this came down in A, B, C, D, E period, and couldn't close below it. Got kicked out of that 20 moving average. It would have been a nice place to maybe take a shot, or at the value, you know, if you wanted to be conservative, get long at another reference point that's a little through it in case it trades through it, which it so often does, or on a back end, right, a back above it. Maybe you want to be more conservative, wait till it comes back inside the value area low. You know, I got to stop talking about how to trade these things. Just show you that they're tradable, and then be done with it. And this video will be ancient history. And then I'll make my videos shorter, and I don't need to try to explain stuff. Everybody has their different ways of trading, and my trading is a lot of times that simple, but there's also a lot of context, and things that I kind of read, you know, as I feel, you know, you get a feel by looking at certain things and just sort of how they all sort of line up, like a combination lock, like you know, the ones you have the little cylinders, you got to turn them in like it's a 7-digit number or something. Kind of just get these combinations where it helps you with the feel to know whether or not the odds of that might be pretty good. You know, whether it's market internals, whether it's you know, stochastics or the tick, or you know, whatever. Okay, all right, enough about that. So next thing to do, and this is what I think I meant to do, we want to see what would this have been worth from the value area low, the merged profile, because that's a very clear area where there were opportunities to get involved there. Okay, let's see here. So let's say we get in, be conservative above the where it's 3 wide here in the overnight, above the 20 moving average. Let's say that we're back into this value. We got many TPOs wide. Let's even make sure we're above this. Let's make sure we're even above yesterday's value area low. Okay, but we're really trading this past 2 sessions. So let's do that, because we'd have to have done that before we started one-time framing. Whoops, sorry, wrong one. And let's put our stop down here. Now I don't know that I'd want it this low. Let's see how many ticks. That's 9 points. That's way too big. You might have to take a couple shots. I'm not going to pull in a minute chart. Again, I'm going to try to keep this video a little bit slower. All the way up to near the value area high, 33 points. So let's write that down. Okay. I round down, by the way. 33 points. Now, this is no Masonic number for me. It just happens to be 33.75 is where I just happened to drop the drawing tool. All right, so relax. Just happens to be 33. Nothing to it. All right, and then the next thing is, not that there isn't something to that, by the way. It just has nothing to do with the fact that I chose 33 points out of this. I didn't one planning it out. In fact, let's do this just to slow you down. Let's make it 32. Let's just make it 30. All right, let's say you got 30 points out of that. Maybe you got in and out, took several pieces, and had a loss. Whatever. You know what? Let's do one better. Let's just say you got 10 points out of this entire move. You managed to take a couple of little pieces and you got 10 points. That's pretty good. Nice job. All right. So you could quit for the day, and that would have been in the initial balance. Then the next thing is to get long and short against inflection points. Eyes on merge profile, develop value above this. Actually, this is probably where I should have written that, because this one has more. So let's say that we took this one, and how we're going to even do that, we're going to look at this. We get above. We're going to say, okay, now we're developing value above this merge profile, and we got all the way up here to go. So let's say you got long. Watch this now, okay? Here's the R1. If you don't use pivot points, hey, that's great. But they're a visual reference, and visual reference, you're just discarding useful data. That's all. That's one way to look at it. It's just that simple. You're just discarding useful data. You don't have to trade them, but you can see what maybe happens at those things, and now it's on top of it. And you have the initial balance high over here. We've got a VPOC, you know, it starts to be 4 wide there. It's a little longer here, anomalous a bit. You know, you just got a little area here that may be ripe for taking a trade against this volume shoulder, whatever, okay? So you get long somewhere in here, and again, for the sake of brevity, I'm not going to get the minute chart out and see about all the cycles here or when you got long. But let's say you got long and you had your stop down below the R1, below half of G period, and you either got long in G or H. And again, I don't remember the cycles of that, but let's just say you got long in here, above there, and you took it up to, hang on a minute, you took it up to, let's just say the value area low of 10.5, which I had identified here, and where the prior day was too wide, the volume thins out. Okay, not even the value area high. So that is 17 points. Okay, So this is 17. 27 points. Okay. This didn't happen. The trading in the overnight range, you know. Just a moment. I don't like that you can't see this drawing tool. But anyway, these two situations played out nicely. Would have made anybody's mother proud. And we still continue higher. It may continue higher. Let's take a look at this split out. Oh yeah, no, they're easy going right here. You know, somebody could get long against this, or maybe a little lower. Let's get one of those fake out breakout smackdowns, and then trade against it too wide, or right here at this overnight VPOC from back there. I don't know. It's probably going to go without it, but go without catching somebody on board. And by the time you've seen this video, I mean, it's already done. I mean, I got to upload it, YouTube processes it, all that stuff. All right, so there you go. Might even get higher yet. I wonder that we won't end in a late day spike. I mean, that's very possible. So it is 3:14 p.m. Thanks for hanging with me. Again, this was how it played out very successfully. You could easily remember I was at conservatively at that point, even 32 points. And there was more if you hung in there past the value area high or reloaded a bunch of times. You know, easily a 50-point day. If I don't say easy. None of this is easy, and I'm not trying to make it look easy. And that's why I shaved this down. It's like, okay, let's get as close to real as we can. Let's just say out of the whole day, out of all these situations, and had all day, and you had a bunch of times you're trying to call the top and all this kind of stuff. And let's say you just got out of here today with 5 points. Is that all that bad? You know, I hope you didn't sit here all day for that. But is that all that bad? No, that's still a nice little day. Okay, I mean, get 5 points a day for a whole week, and it adds up. It adds up. And you know how you know it adds up? Because when you lose, you see how fast it adds up. Right? You have a couple losers in a row. You have a couple losing days in a row, and watch how fast watch how fast that hole gets deep. You know. So same with your stack. You know, it's like the Floyd sings. Keep your hands off my. I'm all right, Jack. Keep your hands off my stack. So your stack gets bigger too. You know, quickly, and with just throwing pennies, dimes, and nickels in there, you're adding it up. All right, there you go. Make a great day. Have a great weekend. And I might even redo this video. I don't know. Again, I'm very tired, and so I don't feel I'm really doing as great a job as I could. But I just wanted to get it done. You know, yesterday's was really late, and today's just a little early. And I would like to have it done before the close. But thank you very much, and make a great day.